Alright guys, so this is going to be my complete 100 series Deere collection update video. As of January 1st, 2022, I am now specializing in the vintage John Deere garden tractors, as well as what you guys probably know me for, is the vintage wheel horses, which I've got like 15 wheel horses kicking around back there. There's that one I'm working on, and then here are the Deeres. Now, only some of them are my tractors. I believe 3 are my personal collection tractors. Yeah, 3 of them. The rest of them are inventory that's going to be getting put up for sale pretty soon. Today's my first day back at work for my 2-week vacation. So I've just been organizing today, and then tomorrow I open back up for the public to come in and start buying stuff again. But let's take a look at everything here. So you got this first 110 round fender. This one's complete minus the grill and obviously the motor, and then a couple other parts like the PTO parts on this side. But overall, it's not in half bad shape. Obviously, the seat's not original, but I do have an original pan seat for it. So it's not half bad. Would make a cool little project. It was originally, that hood's originally on that tractor and vice versa. But that hood's in better shape, so I put it on the complete one. This one's actually, that tractor was actually originally from Pennsylvania, but I bought it up in Bangor, Maine. So you can see right there is, doesn't look the best. Then we get the complete 110 next to it. This is 100% complete. It does run, and I did have it driving. Definitely gonna need a carb clean battery and probably a fuel line, but it is complete. That one I'm thinking I might just put up for sale the way it sits, and if I don't get any interest in it, I'll probably pull it back into the garage and get it 100% running and driving, and then post it for some more money. So see if anyone wants that one for a project. Then I got the 112 with the 140 hood on it. I'm surprised this thing hasn't sold yet. This thing's up for pretty cheap. I'm going to drop the price again on it. It's pretty well complete. I think the only thing it's missing is the exhaust and the pulley for the engine. The engine's just kind of sitting in there. It's not really, nothing's really bolted down. It'd make a good project if anybody wanted to do a restoration on a 112. So I got that one. That's up on Marketplace right now. We got the 1970 H3. Now, these are kind of in order of year, and then I kind of stopped because the 120 should be here, or the 120 should be right there, and then I was going to do it on horsepower rating, but then, again, the 120 should be here. It just doesn't make sense. I just put them wherever. But this is an H3. This one I bought with a blown-up engine. I bought a newer 12-horse out of a wheel horse, put the John Deere pan on it, and it's pretty well complete. I got a box full of parts over there, and it really just needs to be put back together. I think I have a kid that's interested in it, but we'll have to see. I did get a lot of interest in that one, so that one's probably going to be sold here pretty soon. And then we got this H3 that's missing one of the levers, but I actually had this one running, surprisingly enough. So I'm going to post this one up just because I can, and then down the road I'm considering converting or putting this one and making one tractor out of the two of them. This is one that's not for sale because it's either going to be an H3 once I'm done with it, or it's just going to be parts for my 140s that I keep and use. This one's a 73, and I think this one's a 73 as well. I don't 100% remember, but that one's not bad. This one runs and drives as well. It just needs some love, obviously. So, I mean, there are those two. Then we got one of my personal ones. This is Jane. You guys have seen a video on her. I love this tractor to death. I'm considering, I think I'm going to put a headlight panel in it if I can find one. But this is a plain Jane tractor. It doesn't have front hydraulics or anything. It leaks like crazy. Reverse barely works, but I love her. It's got a Brindley style integral hitch on the back of it now. That's pretty good. A newer seat. This thing runs and drives pretty good. I'm in love with that tractor. So yeah, and that's got the dual brakes. This one does not have dual brakes. This one does. That one does. For whatever reason, this H1 only has the single brake, but it's not a 120. It's just a weirdly optioned H1, I guess. I'm still new to the whole option packages for these 140s, so, don't scrutinize me too much. Then we got my plowing 140. I named this one Emma. That's a long story. I did plow with it once, but I'm not too happy with it. The steering on it is immensely stiff, and it takes almost 2 full hands. Like, my the strength of both hands to turn that wheel when I'm plowing with it. So that's not good. I'm not happy with that at all. That's going to get taken into the shop tonight, and because we have snow coming, I'm going to pull the spindles, make sure everything's greased up, make sure nothing's really stiff, and we're going to go from there. I also think I'm going to take those front wheels and tires, because those hold air, off, because this one keeps going flat. On the back are 24, 12, 12 OTR lawn tracks with some original wheel weights. The seat off of a 318. Again, dual pedal on this one. And then the, oh, come on. I think it's a Johnson, right, with the loaders. Yeah, Johnson weight box. It's full of 2 wheel weights, some suitcase weights, and some other weights off of different random things. This one obviously has the headlights and taillights and all that, so it's pretty cool. That one originally had headlights because it's got the switch and it's got the taillights, but it doesn't have the headlight bezel. Whatever. Then we get the 120. This one runs and drives as well. It's just the paint's in really bad shape, and it's not happy. But for somebody, this will make a good project, because I think this one's going up for sale as well. But it did run and drive. I bought it because it had the plow on it. And it always did me good when I was using it for a little while. I used it for about a week. I was happy with it, and then I found that nice 140, which is obviously just in better shape and has headlights and all that. Then we get the crown jewel of the collection, my Patio 120. Any of you guys who don't watch my TikToks or are on my Facebook or on my Instagram, you guys aren't going to know about this one. I'm going to do a full video on this probably tomorrow or the next day once I get everything wet sanded, buffed, and shined up. I'm also going to be throwing some new rear tires on it. Those are just going to go on the shelf because they're originals, they're rare, and I just don't want them to, deteriorate anymore. The fronts are also going to come off, again, go on the shelf, and I'm going to put a different set of wheels and tires on the front end just to preserve those. It's got an orange patio seat on there. I just have it covered because I don't want my butt to get wet, and I don't want to ruin the patio seat anymore. And then there's that 316. That thing's diesel swapped. It's garbage. And for all of you wheel horse guys that are on here, got more wheel horses over there. And then I got this one that once I get done with wet sanding and buffing that and getting that one ready to plow, this is going to be the next project I'm tearing into. Vanguard V-twin swap short frame, which is kind of cool. So that's next on there. And then of course the 1025, which I love. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So there you guys go. There's the full 100 series John Deere collection that I have right now. I'm sure this will be changing pretty soon, as I'm always buying and selling stuff. I wouldn't mind getting a couple 200 series in the inventory and a couple more 300 series, but for now, this is a pretty good lineup. So, yep, the 120. So the 120 patio, the 140 with the plow are going in there. The 140 that I call Jane's probably going to end up upstairs. And the rest of these are just going to have to sit out here during the storm because I have no more room inside to put them. But, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.